Now, if you've been following me, you know I've been doing Halloween reviews all month long. I do it every October. And a couple years ago, I started the franchises, and so now I'm calling it the sequel week because I review each sequel from the movies from last year. And, we have a whole month. It's spooky season. There's a ton of Halloween movies, good movies I would like to be watching and even reviewing. But here I am, wasting my time talking about this movie.
You weren't scared? Have a look behind you.
Been a long night, boys. I could use a little action.
The return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
So, continuing on the sequel week of Halloween reviews, we are at the Texas Chainsaw series. So, we are talking the fourth one, which is The Next Generation. I haven't seen this movie in a good minute. I probably haven't seen this movie in over 8 or 9 years, honestly, because I just forgot how bad this movie was. Listen, I know there's really hardcore fans of Texas Chainsaw series, and I get it. I really do like this series. I think there's, an argument to be made, which Variety already said, that Texas Chainsaw, the original, is one of, if not the greatest horror movie of all time. So, of course, you're going to get sequels. And this is the definition of just hey, we're going to do the same ideas as 2 and 3, except way crappier, because that's what this movie is. And it was a struggle to get through. But so when I watched this movie the first time when I was younger, I think I liked it more then because I was like, ooh, Matthew McConaughey's in a horror movie, and he's all psycho, redneck, da-da-da. And as a kid, I think I enjoyed, just how, cartoony he was, and how, this movie was just over the top. And if you watch it now, I really could see you maybe, turning your brain off and saying, you know what? This is a really fun time movie, a really bad fun time, because I don't know anyone that likes this movie, so please be my guest. Be the first one to comment below and tell me you like this movie, because I'm going to tell you, have you not seen the original? Have you not seen part 2? Have you not seen the remakes or the prequel, whatever, from the newer years now? All of those, everything is better than this one. No question, think this is the worst Texas Chainsaw movie. And there's a long list I could go through. But of course, let's begin with this. The movie was pushed back a year because Matthew McConaughey's agent was like, this hurts his image. We don't want you to release it. And it was called The Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And that's what it is on the director's cut. And then the theatrical was Next Generation. So this movie was pushed. It came out in 1995 because his agent didn't want it to be released. May I say more? So I'll give one positive to this movie. Like I said, I think if you can turn your brain off and just enjoy the lightheartedness of this movie, because it is a horror movie, it's rated R, there's kills, really bad kills, nothing inspiring. But the thing is, Matthew McConaughey's performance is so over the top as our main, villain that, it can be fun in certain people's eyes. And I'll give you that. I honestly will. It's so bad it's good. But I watched this movie, and, knowing the original and knowing how part 2 and 3 were, I think this one is really just we have no new ideas. And the one idea they give you is the fucking government or some shit is working with Leatherface and his family because they want to test out fear? What? Because we have people who went to prom dance, they get lost in the woods, and then basically we have our same story. Go in the house, the hook, chainsaw running around. Oh, you think this is a good person? Actually, this person's a bad person. It's the same plot points as the other movies, except it's so low budget. The kills are uninspiring. Every performance in this movie feels so just half-assed. Renée Zellweger is an Oscar winner. So is McConaughey. And they were younger in this movie, but they're giving nothing to this movie. Nothing. All the side characters we get, No one's interesting. No one's funny. Like, there's no inspiring shots or anything. Like, this movie is a complete rehash of the first one, just done worse. I mean, for crying out loud, you watch this movie and you see Grandpa, you're like, that's not Grandpa. That's an old man statue. Like, what? What? And then the ending, which, sorry if I'm spoiling it. We have Leatherface, who dresses up as a woman. I have no issues with that. They do nothing with it. It's like a comedic timing moment. He's just wearing a dress. He's a woman. And he runs around all like, oh, I'm Leatherface. It's like, you're taking away that scary image of that original movie's image. And part 2, which was more silly, but always knew what it was trying to do. This movie doesn't know what it's trying to do. And it's just horrible. Thank God it's only an hour and a half, because my goodness, I sat there and I can't lie to you, I got my phone at least 4 times. I was like, yep. Oh, yep. Because there's like plenty of shots in this movie. I was just on my phone looking. I'll give it credit for one thing. There's a cool sequence where Renée Zellweger is like on like the wire system above the house, and like she falls into like the shed and it gets chased, whatever. That was a cool shot. I'll give it credit for that. But the end of this movie, man, when that plane hits Matthew McConaughey, I'm like, what was the plane? Who drove the plane? What was the plane? Never explained. Just a random plane kills Matthew McConaughey. I'm like, this movie's stupid. It's so stupid. If you like this movie, let me know. I want to know, what is it about it that you like it? Is it because it's so bad, it's so good? Or do you genuinely find this movie scary? Because I don't even know what to say. I'm going to give Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation an F. In my opinion, easily the worst Texas Chainsaw movie. And there has been a few bad ones, but there's also some good ones, and obviously some amazing ones. This is bottom tier. Do not watch this movie. I watched it because I do sequel week. I regret this now. Anyway, guys, come back tomorrow for another sequel review, and I'll see you guys then. Bye, everybody.